Hello and how are you? Welcome to our 8th class of learning how to program web applications using Laravel. My name is Mohindo Mubarak, and today we are going to proceed from where we stopped at in the previous class. So without wasting time, let's open our previous project that we are working with. So if this is your first very class here, I recommend you to go and watch our last videos on this very topic, Laravel, and they're on the same YouTube channel. But if it is continuation, then you don't need to watch the previous classes if you've been following. And if you also already have knowledge about Laravel programming, no problem, you can still proceed with us at this level. So without wasting time, let's get started from where I stopped at in the previous classes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my text editor, Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to launch the project that we last worked with, which was News 24. I think this one, okay? This is the project that we were working with last time. So after doing that, I'm going to make sure my database is running. So if I come to my XAMPP, I'm in my map. So if you're using Windows, you'll have XAMPP. You have to make sure that your PHP admin your Apache is started, as well as my SQL is started. So I've already passed and gone through this, so nothing is new here. So after doing that, I'm going now to start my project by expanding the terminal. Okay, and then after expanding the terminal, I'm going to run the artisan serve. Okay, so I'll come and say PHP. I first make sure that I'm in the particular folder that I want, PHP artisan serve. So this issue coming again. I'm having old PHP. So if you come across this error, just search it here, and then you'll have I think you just come to Composer. There's two ways how to solve this one. Okay, let me try this one. You just come to Composer, and then you add this piece of code. So I'll come to my Composer JSON file, which is somewhere here. It is here, Composer JSON, and then we add that piece of code that we have just seen. Okay, so let me add it here. It's called, I think I already have the config. Let me see if I don't have it. Config's already there. So I'll just remove this one, and then I'll come to where there is config bracket. This one here, and then I add this part. Platform check, I make it false. Let's see now if it will work. Clean, and then run PHP artisan serve. Still doesn't work. So let me come and just search ignore PHP version composer. So there's this piece of code that you may need to run. This one, composer install ignore requirements. So let me try to run that one. Okay, composer requires version 8.0. Let me first try to put here 7.0. Try to run it. Sorry. Okay. Invalid argument. Let me try to see. Your composer requires 8.0 and above. Okay, let me go ahead and turn back to PHP 8. This is just a Mac issue, for you may not face it. First, remove this piece of line, and then come and put it somewhere. We save it temporarily here. So I think on my base, let me close this terminal. Let me try to check my PHP version. Yeah, it is now 8.1. Let's try to run now, and you see. First, close this. Now let us try to run PHP add and serve, and it's working. So that is a problem of it's my own problem, but it's not necessary that you will also face the same problem. So I'll go to our server. So this is where we stopped at in the previous classes, whereby we were able, so I have to collapse this command, not to close it but collapse it, this terminal. So if I come here and refresh, we'll have this kind of you still remember the project that we had created. So I can come to home, I can come to about us, and then I can see the contact, I can see the categories, I can see the post, and I can play with these ones. I remember we worked with creating categories, and also we stopped at the point of creating posts. So if I come to post and I click on create, this is where we stopped at. Okay, this is where I stopped at creating a new creating a new post. But we had completed creating a creating a category and deleting. So let's go ahead and see the logic of creating of creating a post. So first of all, we can look at the parameters that the post needs. So I'll go to my database, phpMyAdmin, and then I go to the database that we are using, which is Laravel Eugenius 24, this one here, and then I come to the posts table, and this post table, I don't know what's wrong with it. Table is missing. Seriously, I don't know what's wrong with the post table. Okay, you see, other tables are working, but only the post table is not working. No problem. So let us try to run. Let us try to delete it and then run it again. Okay. So I'll come here and maybe drop it. Okay, we can export it. First, we export everything. No, we did not export everything. Let's first export everything, and then we can see if it has now the posts table. So the post table is corrupted, it's not working. Let us go ahead and recreate it. Okay, so if you still have the migrations, let me collapse this guy. If you still have the migrations, you can go ahead and run a specific migration. So if you come here to database and then you come to migrations, I hope you'll find there the post table, which is here, this one here. Okay, So this is the post table that is creating for us the problems. So I want us to drop it, and then we create it up fresh. Okay, so you can as well drop it from here by running schema drop, and then you pass the table that you want to drop. So it means that here we're going to drop this post table and create it afresh before it is what. So if I try to run the migration right now, of course, nothing will be done. Why? Because this one's already there. So I mean the post is already it's already created the post table. So if I come here and I try to, let me open the command. Okay. So if I try to run the migration, php rt sun migrate, you can see nothing will be done. So if I want to hack and I run this file again afresh, there are two ways. One of the way I can come here to my database and I come to the migrations folder, to migrations table, and then I delete this table of posts, because this is where the PHP Laravel checks if a certain migration has been run or not. So I can delete this one. So I'm just showing you how you can solve these a few technical problems that you can come across when you're developing. So I've deleted it, so I'm going to run it again because I've removed it from the memory of Laravel to remember that it was ran. So you see, when I'm going to run this file, it's going to first delete the database of the table of posts if it is there, and then create a new one. Let us go ahead and run it again. php @ migrate. What are they saying? They are saying general space posts exists. Okay. Begin key timestamp null. I don't know what. I don't know why it's like this. Okay. So they say, so let us now first delete it manually. So I'll come here and delete it by saying drop table posts, if it's there even. Okay. Table posts are non-table. So if we refresh here, posts is not there. Let's now try to run this file again. You're facing this problem. Place table not found, and non-Laravel posts. Okay, so I have to remove this deleting part. Try to run it again. They say it exists and they say it's not found. What the hell? Okay, let's try to search this error. Let's see. Locate your database and delete the table, then run php @ drop database and create new one. php @ migrate refresh. I'm going to lose the data, no problem. Yeah, that's right. Run this php @ migrate refresh. It's going to reset everything. Yeah, but still, when reached on what? On yeah, that's right. Now to see if the post table has been created. It has not created. There's some issue with our database. Let us create a new database. New database. I'm going to call it Laravel. UG News 24 Laravel. So I'm going to relink this database. So I'll come to our .im file. I think our database is just corrupted, and these are the things that you should expect when developing. Okay, sometimes you have to face these a few errors. So I'll change that one, and then I'm going to run php @ migrate refresh. So everything is done. So you can see the answer that worked for us. It is this one. Okay, this guy. Okay, so I can vote him, and I can also maybe contribute and make it much more clear. Okay, I can come here and say, so these few things always first name. I can say your data base is corrupted. Do the following steps to fix it. So that's how we contribute with fellow developers. Okay, step 1, drop the database and create a new one. Then step 2, run what? Run the following command. Okay, so I'll have to put this one as a what? As code, like this, and then I post. So that's how you contribute with fellow developers. So in future, another developer, maybe this answer will be important to them. Okay, so that's how we do it. So let's go ahead and so after doing that, we have fixed it. So if we come here to our, let me even drop this database because I don't need it. So I'll come and run SQL drop database. This database is just corrupted. Yeah, it's just corrupted. Let's leave it. So if I come now to phpMyAdmin and I refresh, I'll be able to see our new database, which is Eugenius 24 Laravel, this one, and then it has everything. Okay, so it means that our data of categories, if we come to categories now, it's lost, and we can go ahead. I had already exported something. I think we can use what I had exported. Okay, you can use what I had exported. I think I had exported something here, so I can go ahead and import that little data that I had created. These are migrations, these are categories, about categories. So can go ahead and run this piece of SQL to import, so that you see we don't have categories. So I'm going to go ahead and run this piece of SQL. So before you drop, you have to first export. Okay, so you see everything is done, and then you can see here we have some categories created. So I hope you have understood. That is part of everyday's programmer's life. You'll have to face errors no matter what. So that's how we face errors. You don't panic, you just face it like a man or like a woman and fix the error that you find. Though for you, when you sit in the video, you can look like he's frustrating and you give up. Okay, but errors for programmers every day, they'll always be there. So let us proceed with now business. I'm going to create a new post. So I click on create, and I'm going to create a new post. Okay, so you can look at what the post takes. Okay, so if I come here to posts, you can see the post will take these parameters. So I can first copy them, that I should create my form while I am aware of what I need to create exactly. So I'll come and oh, still need this guy, so let me first collapse it here. So I'll come to a project, and then I expand here. Then I'm going to go to the post control, to the post view. Okay, so which is here. Where is it? Which is under resources, under posts, under post create view. This one. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to work with. So I can collapse for now, so I can concentrate here. So I can paste here a few things that we need. I think I'd already done that. So we will need the post body, we'll need the category, we'll need the photo of a post, we'll need title, and then we'll need the user ID or the person who created this post. So after doing that, it means that you're going to face one by one. I think we'll first work with the title, and then we specify the category, and then we enter the post body and the photo and then the user ID. So that's how we're going to face it. So if we come to our form that we had pasted, okay, if we come to the form that we had pasted here, you see we have the name, and so I can use this one as a title. Okay, so instead of putting category name, or is it instead of putting category name, I can put here post title. Post title. So after doing that, I'll come and change this one from whatever it was, and I change the name to title, maybe title, and then title. Okay, so after doing that, it's required, of course. So I'll have to go to the next thing, post category. So this post category is going to be a drop down, because remember, these categories we already have them, and we have to do what to reference them. So we have to get these categories from what? From database. So as I told you that sometimes you may not need to do the logic in this view file. You would have to do the logic in another file, and then you just pass the data to this view. Okay, so in a control, I mean, you have to do the logic in the controller, and then you pass just the data to this view. So I'm going to do the logic in the controller. This view will this layout, the blade file, will be just receiving the data. So let me go to the post controller here, and then this is the create method that is being called when you're creating what? When you're creating a post. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a list of all categories that we have. So how do I get it? By simply saying maybe cats or categories equals to category, if you still remember, category, and then I put all like this. Okay, so by doing like this, it's going to get for us all categories. So I can go ahead and dump them dd like this. So if I come and refresh here, you can see we have 5 categories that we've got from what? From database. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pass these categories to this view. You see, I'm going to pass these categories to this view. So because this one is a what? Is a controller, so I'm going to pass this data to this view. Okay, so to do that, I will just simply come and put here comma, and then you open an array like this. Okay, so you can now say maybe categories. I can just save in cat, so categories, categories, and then you point at these categories that you just collected from database. So by doing like that, it means that you can do your logic here, everything here, but you just pass data to the what? To the view. Okay, to the view file. So if I come and refresh, you can see everything is okay. Now how do I access this data that I've passed to this particular view? So what do? I'll just simply come to that view, and then I can you need me to, okay. So I'll so after doing that, I'll now come and now dump the data. I'll come and access that data that I've sent to this view. You see, here you're doing the logic from from the controller, and then you pass that logic to this post view, and you receive that logic here. Okay, so we're going to see, we receive the data to this view. So here we're going to receive that data, and then we see how we can manipulate it. So how do I receive that data? So the name that you have used here, for example, categories, you see, I use here categories, and I pass that data here. So I can access that data here as a variable like that. So you see, this is create controller, the create view. What will I do? I can just simply put here, for example, PHP, and then I put a question mark here like this, and then I die. You see, I die with categories like this. Can you see? Did it die? So if I just, so the name that I used here in this parameter, I just simply come and call it here like this. So if I come and refresh here, you can see I'm able to receive these categories in the what? In the view file or in the blade layout. So, I mean in the blade. So it means that that is how we can pass the data from a controller or from a method inside a controller, and we pass. Just like the way I told you, it's not good architecture to do the logic inside the what? Inside this layout. Though sometimes we do it, but it's not the best architecture. What you do all your logic from the controller, and then you pass that data to what? To the view or to the layout. And then in this layout, you just use that data to manipulate it. So you can write like 100 codes of PHP, and then whatever you want to be displayed, you pass it to the view like this. They can even be multiple variables by putting comma, and then you pass more. Okay, this is just something very simple. It's just an array, and then you give this how you want to access it, and then you point at it like this. Just it is associative array. Okay, so after doing that, then it means that we can access our categories here. Okay, and a category has a name and an ID. Okay, a name as and an ID. So what you're going to do, we are going to loop these categories and create a select. Okay, and create a select what? A select layout. A select input here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. As you can see here, we have title. So I'm going to create another thing here. It's going to be I can call it post category, but this one is going to be a select input. So write select. Okay, so this is our select input, and I'm going to loop these categories. So just simply write for reach of blade, and then I loop these categories that I've just received from the controller. So in each loop, I have to put there what? I have to put there an option. So option, and here I'll have to pass the value, which is going to be, so I'll open the brackets like this, and it's going to be the ID. And then I'll have to pass also what the user will see, which is going to be the name, like this. So I'll have now to put some CSS here. For example, I will have to make it required. I have to put this controller and then put the title and the name. Okay, so I'll come and delete this stuff and then come and pass it here. So instead of putting select, I'll come and cut this one, make it select what? The name, I'm going to make it category ID. So I can put the ID, category ID. Come and change the name to category. Remove this guy. It's repetition, like this. Okay, and then I come and put this one here. So I can put here post category. I hope you're together. So after doing like that, we'll come and achieve something like this. See? So I can select different news. So if I want this person not to be, what you see when I refresh here, automatically, let me refresh here. You see, automatically the local news are selected. So I want this person to select that manually. So I can do that by putting here an empty what? An empty option, like this. That has no value even. So if I refresh, you see, where did I put it? I put it in the wrong place. Okay, I have to put it inside select here. Okay, so before I start looping, I first put an empty what? An empty. So you see, someone will have to first click there in order to select a category. Let me first make sure that you guys are following. Hadi, are you there? Hadijat? Hadi, are you there? Charles, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you understanding? Are you getting the concepts?
Yes.
Okay, that is good. You may not understand everything, but what matters is to get the concept. Then when you try it, by yourself, then you can understand the real thing. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's good. So you see, I can now select categories, okay, from what I already had. So if I add here one more category, okay, maybe I can add maybe gossip. Gossip like this, and then I can put here some details about gossip. So if I add this, you see I have one more category. Now if I come to post and I click on create post, you see I have this gossip already there now. So after doing that, now what else are we going to work with? We are going to work with the body. Of course, the body field is already there. The body field is already there. Okay. So after working with the body, now we're going to work with the what? With the photo. Now that's where the interesting part is. You're going to upload a what? A photo of this particular post. But maybe before before we upload the photo, let us first make sure that we can save this category. Then we come back and we create the logic of what? The logic of a photo. And then this is the ID. We have not worked on the login and logout of a user, but we'll also work on it after we finish this post thing. So let us now go ahead and see how we can create this post. Okay, so of course we have to submit this post. So to submit this post, we have to make sure that we submit it to the right endpoint. For example, I want to submit this post at this very endpoint here, post create. Okay, post create. So I'll come here to the method, to the action, and put post create. Of course, it will be the same endpoint. Or I can leave it the way it is. Okay, so if you leave it the way it is, to submit to the same endpoint. So how shall we know that it is a time of submission? Okay, how shall we know that that is a time of submission? We can know that through our route, web route. Okay, so I come to our codes, and then you look for the what? For the web route, which is under app, which is under HTTP, and then under no not there, which is under routes. You see routes is already here, so you come to the web route, and then we can collapse this one, and then you can see this is the post. But this is the post of what? This is get method. The get method, you know, it is when you come there for the first time. Now if you want to listen, like when the user is submitting now the form, you have to create a what? A post method. So I can duplicate this one by pressing just Ctrl Shift and arrow down, and then we change this one to post like this. And then it means that this one will listen only to when someone submits a post. So I can now create here a method that is going to work with the logic of saving a post. So I'll just put here maybe save post like this. Did you have this method? This is save category, but you called it save post, but no problem. Okay, can say maybe save post. So I'm going to create now this method. Okay, so I'll just simply come to this controller that we had, and then open it, and then I'm going to create another method here that's going to work with the logic of what? Of saving the method, of saving the form that the user has submitted. So to do that, I will just simply come here and write a function, and then I give this method save post, and then I can maybe die here and say saving. Okay, so I save them. So I can come and refresh now, and then we try to submit. So I can put here maybe come here to my website, and we get some random news. Let us get here some random news, maybe this one from my website, UG News 24. Is that relevant news? Let me put, okay, let us put, for example, this news. Okay, so I'll just come and copy the title and I paste here, and then I select the category, maybe it's entertainment, and then maybe get like 2 paragraphs here. Okay, those ones, and then paste them here. So that is our simple news post. Now we're going to see how we can submit it. So to submit it, I'll just simply come and click on submit. Now you can see we are calling this method of saving. So it means that now saving is going to, we're going to start now working on the logic of what? Of saving. So if you want to get everything that has been submitted to you through the post, you can use here, you can write here request like this, and then you get it maybe through a certain variable like R. So it means that Laravel will get for you everything that has been submitted and put it inside this request R. So if I come here and if I want to access now some of these things that we submitted from our form, for example, the title. If I want to access the title, I can just simply come and say maybe echo. Okay, so you put R, this R that you're receiving in the post, and then you point at the title. So whatever name that you put here in this form, as long as it is a name, so you can access it like this. Okay, so you see if I put there and I come and refresh, you can see we're able to get the title from this side. If I want to access the body, okay, body, see, remember I had something called body, right? But maybe some HR. Okay, so if I want to access the body, I just put this variable that is being given to me by Laravel from my request, and if I come and refresh, you can see we have the title, we have the body of a post. Now if I want to come and if I want to access, now we have the body. What else? We collected the category ID, which is here. So that I think those are the three things that we collected from what? From the user. So if we come and refresh, now you can see the category is 8. So everything is beautiful, right? So now let us go ahead and create this post and save it in the database. So to do that, I'll just simply come and now create a new post. So I just simply say p equals to new post. Do you have a post method? I mean a post model. Let us come and see. I hope we don't. I think we don't have it. So if we come to our project, we come to the models. Okay, you can see we don't have a post model. We have only category model and a user model. So what you're going to do right now, you're going to create a post model. Okay, so remember, I have our important commands. If you are following, we had a place where we save our important commands so that you should not repeat yourself every time to search. So this is how we create a model. PHP artisan make, then the colon, and then model, and then put the model name. So this model name should be matching with the table name. The table should be in plural. You see, like here, the name of the table is called posts. So the model of a post that will connect with this table, we're going to call it post. So the table is in plural and in small letters, but the model should be beginning with the capital letter and then the name of the particular word. We've already discussed the procedure that we have to follow to create a good eloquent or a good model. So what we're going to do, so we're just going to say PHP artisan make, then model, okay, and then you put the model name so you can guess it. Since it is posts, so I'm just going to call it post like this. Okay, in singular with beginning with the capital letter. So by doing like that, so we're going to have a class of what? Of PHP model. So what I'll do, I'll expand my terminal. Okay, so if I expand my terminal, you see this terminal, one of the terminal is running our server. This one, I think we can now run our commands. So I can clear everything there. For Windows, we just write CLS. Okay, for Mac, it is Ctrl+K. So I'll press there my command that is going to create for us the post model, right? So just come here and paste and press enter. So you can see the model has been created successfully. So it means that if we come here under our models, here, you can see we have new model called post.php. So that model, in that model now we're going to do what? We're going to post.php. Now in that model is where now we're going to do what? to be putting the logic of the model. So it means that this model is linked with the what? With our table. So let us go back from where we were. So I'll come back to the controller, and then now you see, if I just simply write new post, you can see this model is being suggested to me, and when I press enter, you can see this class of use app models, and then the post, it has been imported. If it was not imported, you can as well write it manually. Okay, so now it means that this particular post that I'm creating, it is now connected with the database, so I have to now feed there the data and save it. So let us go ahead and give this P a what? A title. Okay, of course a title, it is this one that we're getting from the what? From the request. Like this. Can duplicate that. We give it the category ID, category ID, category ID. We give it the body, so I'll duplicate there the body, the body. So I can remove this rubbish. Then what's remaining is, now we can look at our category, what is remaining. I mean at our post before we save, what is remaining. So I can come and copy these guys again and paste them here temporarily. So the ID, it will be created by what? By Laravel. So I don't need it. Created art, it will be created by Laravel. Updated art, it will be created by Laravel. Title, we have already added it. So this is just my checklist before I save. Body, we've already added it. Photo, you can keep it empty for now. So I can just come here and duplicate and keep the photo empty because of not working the logic of uploading a photo. And then lastly, user ID, I can also keep it empty as one. Let's keep it as one because I'm not working with the user logic, but we'll come back and we see how we can link this with what? With users. Once we want to work with the logic of login and logout. So that's it. Then category, I hope this one already done it. So all the fields are done. So what you have to do is to save. So to save, can now save by simply saying if, and then you point at save method of this post. So if it saves successfully here, you're going to redirect a user. Else, you're going to tell the user that has failed to save. Okay, so tell the user that has failed to save, I'll just simply die here and say failed to save. So in case it fails, failed to save post. Okay, try again. So like this. Now here, that is when in case it successfully saves. So if it successfully saves, you're going to redirect. So like I told you, you can redirect using Laravel by just simply using return redirect like this. And then here you pass where you want to direct the user. So I want to direct the user to all posts. Okay, to all posts, which is stroke post. So I just simply put here my URL and then put posts like this. So by doing like this, it is going to redirect the user to our link and then stroke the posts. So that's it. I hope you've understood how we can receive this data from the form and then deal with it until we save it on the database, until we redirect the user either to the post or we tell the user that it failed to save. Let's go ahead and now refresh. I think now everything is beautiful and it's done. So let's go ahead and refresh, submit again. Boom. It means that it has been saved successfully. So, but these are not posts, as you can see. These are categories. So let's go ahead and feed here the real posts data. So to do that, I will simply come to my what? To my project posts. Where? I think it's, to my controller. To my controller posts. And then you can see this is the index, okay, the main, and we are calling the view. We are returning the view of posts index. So let's go ahead and get the post index here. But since we have learned that you may not need to do what to do the logic of getting the post from the view itself, we can go ahead and get the posts from here. So I can say posts equals, then I say post, and I get all the posts by doing like this. Okay, Then after I pass these posts to this view, right? So to do that, I'll just simply put here comma and then open these square brackets, and then I give this name of the variable how I'm going to access it. Okay, like this, post, and then I point at post. So by doing like this, is everything okay? Let me see that everything is okay. Okay, I have not closed this bracket. So by doing like this, it means that I can now access this post in this post index view. Now let's go ahead and access those posts in the post index view. So just some come in the post index view, which is under resources, under views, under post index, this one. So I may remove now this logic of doing the PHP inside what? Inside what? Inside the layout. That is not good practice, but it was good for us to get started with. So I'll save. So it means that now I can receive this data of posts through this layout because it has been passed. Okay. So I'm going to come here now to our loop. You see this loop. So instead of looping in this list that we were having, what? You cannot see my screen? Sorry, I think it was my network. Can you now see the screen? My network, I think it went down.
Now you can, but before it was not.
Sorry. Okay. So, but don't worry. You'll have the missed points in the video, the recorded version. So it means that since I can pass these posts inside the post index, okay, it means that I can receive this variable in this layout of post. Okay, so instead of looping into this list, you're going to loop into the posts variable, and then you're going to have the item. So here, instead of having the name, I hope on the post you don't have the name, but you have what you call title. Okay, so I'll go ahead and change this one from name and put it to title, like this. Then here you can delete it using what? Using ID. So instead of putting here now the URL of categories, I can change it to what? To posts. Then that will deal with that logic of what? Of deleting. So let's go ahead and refresh our project. You can see we are able to get our post there. Okay, we're able to get our post. That's beautiful. So let's go ahead and create another post by simply clicking on create, and then I can come and get here maybe another random post. Maybe this one. And maybe this one. Or this one. Okay, so we're just going to get here one more post, and then we see how we can add it. So slow. Why? My internet is slow. Okay, so let's go ahead and put here. Let us just put some testing. Okay, testing. I think that's loaded. Just come and copy the title. It's on the same post, I think. Come and copy the title and paste it there, and then check the category, maybe entertainment, and then maybe paste this title, this content into here, and then we can post, and then you can see everything straightforward, beautiful, and simple, and working. Okay, we can even work on the logic of what? Of deleting. So now let us go ahead and work on the logic of uploading an image or a file to the database, to the project, and to see how I can receive this whole file and deal with it. So I can just come and search here Laravel photo, I can say image uploading. Okay, upload. So here you can find the steps that you have to follow. I can say Laravel file uploading. Okay, so here you can see some suggested codes from other developers. If you have the grepper installed in your in your Google Chrome, so you can see here. Let me come to Laravel documentation itself. No, this is not Laravel. Okay, you can read any kind of documentation that you find online, because everything will be almost valid. So script to upload. So this is, you're creating a Laravel project. You're creating the migration. It's taking us too far. Okay, this is a route. Let me come to the documentation of Laravel. Laravel, this is tutorials point. Laravel file upload. I hope you'll get the documentation of Laravel straight. Here, Laravel file storage. Okay, we can go through this documentation. So here they explain to you all what you need. You need the storage link. Then I have to run this PHP Artisan storage link, and then you have to echo the asset file, and then you can have the links in this for the public, and then you can have require, and then it's really complex. I would better use the PHP way of uploading a file other than using the Laravel, though they say Laravel makes it simple. So to see what these guys for Laravel file uploading, first of all, you have to get the form of a file, and then what matters is how to receive it. Okay, so here you can get it here through the post display file get client origin, and then get let us do the PHP way for now. Okay, PHP file upload, because Laravel is just complicating it. Okay, so PHP is just straightforward. Even me, I use PHP in my uploading. Okay, so first of all, you have to change the method of your form and add, it must be a post, and then you must also have this encrypt type. Okay, you must have the encrypt type of type form. So I'll come to our form of a post. Where is it? Post create here. Okay, after reaching there, I'm going to come to the form itself. Of course, serving actions, having the post method, and then I'll have to add the encrypt type. Okay, mult part stroke form data. So after doing that, the next thing you'll have to now write the logic of receiving this form to the side of the server. Okay, so you can set the limit of the file size, and then here's the what is the upload script. Okay, so the main point here is move file. Okay, so let's go ahead, and now after adding this one, then you can add an input for uploading the file. So you can come here and put our div, and then come and add class form group, and then come and add just like the way we did here, label, and then you can call this one post thumbnail, or you can call it photo. Okay, post photo or post image. Okay, and then you have to put now the input of type file, and then you have to specify if you want to limit which type of files you want. You can limit here by putting accept, and then maybe put the like png and put comma dot jpg comma dot jpeg. So these are the files that you may accept when someone wants to do what, to upload. And you can put that it is required, and then you can put also the class of form control. Okay, so like this. Okay, so the last thing you have to do is to give it a name. I think I have not given it a name, so you can give it a name of what, of form, of photo, and then you can give maybe after giving the name of photo, then you can give it an ID photo, and then come and put here it is for the photo, like this. So like this, you can be able to receive now this image. The first most important thing is to change this form to be a multi-part form, and then you do this piece of logic. Okay, so after doing that, now let's go ahead and receive this image on the side of the in the controller. So I'll come back to our controller now, which is this one, post controller, and then this is when we are creating. So before you even create a post, let me first make sure that the image is there. I say die testing. Okay, so let me, before I even create the post, I start the project from there. So let's go ahead and submit and see if everything is okay. So I'll just simply come and refresh, click on create new, add maybe test, and add maybe a category. I can add now the photo here. So let me go ahead and download here some random photo, maybe this one. I save the photo. Let me go ahead and drag and drop this photo here, and then I can put here maybe simple test, and then let's go ahead and submit. You can see we are here now. So if you want to receive this photo, you can just simply put here echo, and then maybe put the pre tag, and then dump everything, pre_r, and then put files, super global variable files, like this. So if you come here and refresh, you'll see you have these files submitted to you. Okay, these are the files. So I can first check if this is set, this variable. So I can do that by checking if is set, and then you're going to put here our files, and then you specify there. So if you set, now you can go ahead and do the logic and see if the path, the error is 0. So the error is 0, it means that the photo has been uploaded successfully. So I can go ahead and put if the error is equal to 0. So from here, it's where you can put now time to upload. So it means that here you don't have more errors. You can go ahead and do the upload logic. You can see that. Okay, so time to upload. So I was able to reach there. So how do you upload? You just simply this is the information that you want about the form. So to upload, you just simply write this. Okay, move file and then to the folder that you want, and then the file name. So let's go ahead and do that. So time to upload here. I'll just put move uploaded file. So here the file to upload, it is inside photo, and then the temp name, as you can see, it is already there. Okay, the temp name here. Then after doing that, then you have to put the space where the location where I want to put this photo. Okay, so if you want to do that, I can just simply put here maybe I can write maybe something here, photo. I can, by default, I can make it empty. So I can go ahead and put the location where I want this photo to go by saying I want it to go maybe to our upload file, to our public folder. So I must have here a folder called public. Okay, so I can say maybe public folder, and then I add another folder called what? Another folder called uploads, because if something is not in this public folder, you will not be able to do what? To access it. So I'm going to create here another file called uploads, new folder. I'm going to call it uploads. Okay, so I'm going to specify now here that this file is going to our public folder stroke uploads, then stroke the name of the file that I want to be uploaded. Okay, so the name of the file, I can put there maybe some random number between. I can put the timestamp so that this file should not look like the other. I can put the timestamp, and then I put now the file name. So to access the file name, just simply this photo, and then I specify the name of this file, which is here. Okay, so I can simply put this one here. So let me see which file name we have. So I can pass this one photo here. Okay, before we upload, let me first see the file name that we have come up with. So I can remove even these ones. So I can just here die, and then we see the file name that we have come up with. So if I come and refresh, you can see this is the file name that I have come up with, and this is the folder where the file is. Okay, maybe I can call this one path, and maybe so the photo will be uploaded. We can just get only its name because we can change the folder, and then the path will be the combination of the photo and the main path, the base path. Okay, so if we come here and just die with this path, you can see we are having the same thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if this file can be uploaded. Okay, so we can put here the if function, if move file. So here I specify the temporary file and then the path. So just die here, die maybe success, and then also here we die as fail. So if I save, we can tell if it was uploaded successfully. What are they saying? Failed to open this. Let us see. Maybe you can put here // refresh. It was not submitted successfully. Public stroke. It was not found. Let's see. Where is our? We have public stroke uploads. Public stroke uploads. Let us see if that will work again. Public stroke uploads. Let's go ahead and refresh. It cannot create this stream. I don't know whether because of permissions. Let me first create the permissions. Sometimes the permission can become a problem with Mac. I'll first check if the permissions are allowed in this folder. So I'll just come and open in the Finder, reveal in Finder, and then I can come and open this, get info, and then I'll come here to permissions and sharing. You see some things are read only, right? So let me go ahead and unlock. Okay, and then I have to click there, read and write. Can add here. This person should be able to read and write, and I can add also this person should be able to read and write, and then I can apply changes even to enclosed and say okay. Hope that's going to help. Now refresh. Still it's not working. No search what? No search file or upstream. Let us see. After fixing the permission thing, so we have this public. Just first remove this and keep it that. Laravel, let me search this error. See what guys talked about it. Okay. I have to define this route. So destination must have this. First define. Let's try his suggestion. I have to add this one here like this. Let's go ahead and refresh and see if that will help us. Refresh. Still it's not helping us. Let me try to see the path that I'm having. That first define a directory, and then maybe we had to first, let me see the path that we are being given here. So the path is user Laravel Eugenius 24. You see, public. It's supposed to be one public. I think that's where the whole problem is. We go ahead and remove one public. Just keep it one. Let me go ahead and delete this guy. Refresh. No, it's single public. Let's go ahead and remove now this die with path. Refresh. Success. So don't just give up. So you can see now under our public we have our image. Can you see? The image has come. It is there. So I was pointing at public twice. I think even this one now is not even necessary. So now, so here in success, so when there is success, I'll have to, so in case it fails, I have to set this path to nothing. Okay, to nothing like this. So in case it works, I'll leave it the way it is. I'll not change the path. Hey, can you mute your microphone? Any person who has just joined, please mute your microphone. Okay, so now this one is okay, and so here in case it fails, maybe I can put here like a default name, no image dot jpg. Okay, so that's it. So I will come here and then save. I'll come here and then attach this name. So here I have to put maybe stroke also uploads. Uploads, because I want this to be saved in uploads. So I can come here and now get this. I can now come here and maybe die. Okay, with what? With our file name. So if I refresh here, you can see our file name is there, and it has come to what? To uploads. Okay, it has come to uploads. It's come to public uploads. Did come to uploads anyway. Okay, it's supposed to come to public stroke uploads. So uploads stroke stroke the path name. Let me refresh again. So if you come now to upload, you see the file has come, right? So that's it. Now after, I have to make sure that instead of leaving this photo space empty, I'll just put this photo name. So this will be the logic of uploading the photo to the server, and then I save this photo name here. I hope you can see that I save the photo name here. Then after, I can go ahead and redirect maybe the URL or the post. Okay, so let me make sure that everything is okay here. You can pause and look at my piece of code, and then if I come and refresh, now I can see what are they saying? Title, what are they saying again? Photo. I think we had just lost the data. Let's go ahead and refresh again and submit it. So I refresh, put here test, select the category, select the photo, and then submit. Are they saying the error here is in title? Okay, private folders does not exist. That's that again. So I think I can access it here through post. Did you put R? Yes, through post. Title, can access this guy. Through the post itself directly. Hope that will work for us. And then also the body. The body the same way. And then maybe also the photo. Maybe the photo is already taken care of. So let's go ahead and refresh. It's working. So you can see this is the one that has the what? That has the photo. So if you come to a database and come to posts, you can see the last post is having a what? It's having the photo. So in the next video, in the next class, it is where we'll have now to put this photo and display it on the what? On the screen. So it was a pretty long class today, but I hope it was useful. That will help you to learn even how to do what? How to upload files in your what? In your project. So that's it for today. We meet in the next class. So in your free time, don't just watch these things, but watch them as you practice. Yep. Unless there is a question. Is there any question?